Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode from the single-player survival world. And in this episode, we are gonna build, first of all, a bridge down here. We are maybe gonna terraform this island a bit, and make a better sugarcane farm than this one. Because as you can see, this manual thing is just not cutting it. I'm also gonna show you, first of all, what we have done off camera, because I actually finished the mob farm. Sadly, I tried making a time-lapse out of it, but it's just so hard in so tight spaces as it was down there in the hole I dug last episode that it just didn't really end up the way I wanted it to, so I decided I'll just rather show you what I've done instead of doing the time-lapse. So let's just head over there right now, shall we? First of all, up here is our AFK spot. I'm gonna stand here while I actually show you the things in FreeCam, and as I explained in the last episode, FreeCam is basically a tweakaroo feature that allows you to get a fake spectator mode account like this. It's not the spectator mode account, it doesn't have the same properties, but it's the similar thing. And as you can see, I can fly around, I can't interact with anything, but I can see it all, and that's really helpful for showing things. As I said again last episode, I'm only gonna use it for that. No cheating or stuff like that. Here you can see the hole we dug last episode. Here's a glass roof, and underneath here we have this clock running. This is a mob farm designed by Nembom. You have probably all seen it. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description if you want to build it yourself. I slightly modified the design under here, but yeah. Here you can see the farm in all its glory, I guess. It looks horrible, but it's functional, and that's the thing. And no one's gonna see it because it's underwater or underground. So I'm gonna explain quickly how this thing works. Up here we have the clock that's running. This clock basically just goes in a loop and activates this dropper every so often. And the dropper gets detected by this observer, which powers this dispenser through quasi-connectivity, which basically makes it spit out its water bucket and place it right there, as you can see. And that's again gonna flush the mobs off the platforms and down to these magma blocks down here. Oops. And the reason for these glass columns is to stop spider spawning. Those in combinations with the trapdoors in the floor will actually stop spiders from spawning inside the farm. Because if we had spiders here, they would climb up the walls and it'll just be a huge mess. By the way, I also want to say I didn't actually maximize the rates of this farm. I only dug out the diagonal part. If I wanted to get the best rates, I would have dug out the entire hole, but I just didn't have time for that. And since I don't have a beacon, it'll just be a painful process. Maybe later, but we're just gonna leave it like this for now. As you can see, the same thing happens for every platform the further you go down. I'm also gonna go ahead and alternate the water between these. You can simply do that by placing the water bucket out in every other one, just to make sure that you can always have mobs spawning. But again, I'm not gonna do that right now. As you can see, this happens for all the platforms. The mobs get flushed off, and they fall down to the death or dies on the magma blocks. And witches will not die from this, but it's not that big of a deal really. And underneath here you have hopper minecarts running back and forth and picking up the stuff. And we have got lots of gunpowder and other mob drops from this, and I'm gonna show you in a second. Okay, so I'm heading down the water elevator to the farm output, and I'm probably gonna make a good storage system for this, potentially some shulker box loaders later, but for now I just have a couple of chests here. We have 2 loaders, one of them coming out here, and wow! That's a lot of gunpowder. I did an FK session a bit earlier and didn't actually check, so how much stacks that? Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a bit. And then we'll probably have something similar in the other chest too. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6. A little under that though. That's a lot of gunpowder, let's be honest. And that's from like half an hour running this farm. Other than that, this place isn't that exciting. There's just a whole bunch of minecart tracks going back and forth and to the station that basically tells when there's items in the hopper. The system shuts off this powered rail, and the minecart doesn't move. So the items goes into the chest, and the minecart gets sent back over when it's empty. Okay, so next up on the agenda is to make this bridge over here. I'm probably gonna do it in the form of a time-lapse, so let's enjoy some music. And I'll catch you guys when it's done. And right when I hit stop recording, a creeper blows up on me. Wow. Come on. Let's hit the time-lapse. Okay, we're back from the time lapse, and we got ourselves this super fancy little bridge right here. Let's take a look at it from over here. Yeah, as you can see, the bridge is made out of bricks, granite, terracotta, and some dirt, coarse dirt. And also, beneath the sea level, we also have some oak wood, spruce, jungle, lots of other blocks, just to give it a dirty effect. Similar to the wall we did up on the brick house on the island. We have two main arches on the bridge right here, using walls and stairs to make it a bit more smooth. And we have some jungle trapdoors underneath, just to once again make it a bit more smooth. Because even though they're like a few pixels tall, they really add a lot of detail into curves. Oh, hi drowned. So yeah, that's the bridge. I'm pretty happy with it. I love the detailing, signs, lots of blocks to make it look like it's mud and stuff on it. On top of the bridge, we have a dirt and wood walkway. You can walk up. We have a few ferns and grass growing on the side. And it leads up to this pathway that connects up to the buildings on the island. So yeah, I also got this cat over here. Valentino, or Valentino in Italian. It's my IRL cat, so I just wanted to name him after that. He doesn't look similar though, so yeah. Still, he's named Valentino now. So yeah. I also terraformed the seafloor right here with gravel, some coral blocks. Which coral blocks are these? These are dead tube coral blocks, okay. So I used some dead tube coral blocks and gravel, other stone types, like give it this effect of a rocky beach under the water, and yeah, I think it works out. We also have some corals growing on it, and we have, of course, seagrass, and we have some like wood stuff that maybe has been dumped off, if it's like garbage, or they just fall into, or potentially the waves could have brought it onto land and stopped on the bridge. I don't know. Some sort of a storyline, at least. That's up to your imagination. But I made a little mistake, okay? I kind of messed up. I did about 2 to 3 hours of recording, getting wither skulls, killing a wither, discussing which farms we're going to build in the future. Turns out, I had my audio disabled, or not selected in OBS, for that entire freaking time. So I guess we're doing more replay mod montages. I have recorded it with replay mod when I killed the wither and got the skulls. I also have the game capture, but I do not have my microphone sound in it. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to make the best out of it and enjoy a little montage of me killing a wither, which by the way, this wasn't planned. I just had to do it kind of on the fly because I realized I needed a beacon, which I kind of didn't think really true either, because I currently do not have enough blocks for a beacon base, so I'm genius. But at least it's a start, and most likely we're going to build an iron farm next episode, and we're also going to build the sugarcane farm, which I promised later in this episode. So yeah, with that said, let's actually do a little montage of the wither killing. Once again, I'm sorry, but we're going to make the best out of it. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do today is actually build up the sugarcane farm I talked about earlier. So I've already kind of started. If we head through the nether portal and up to the nether roof, you can see that I've made another portal. Where is it? There it is. Over here. And if we head in here, we'll get to a taiga biome, where I've already dug out some space for sugarcane farm. I just pretty much cleared the ground up here. Oh, creepers. Hi. The shaders are very bright. I might have screwed up some settings. I'll find that out later. But yeah, we have dug out the space, made it all flat stuff. Because we're gonna build a flying machine based sugarcane farm here, where we basically have minecarts going back and forth underneath, and then having sugarcane getting planted on the dirt blocks right here with water next to them, and then having some slime based flying machines that's basically flying back and forth and harvesting it all. Or cutting them off and then the minecarts collect the items. So yeah. I have gathered some items. I have a lot of sugarcane, of course, rails, and also slime blocks. This was a huge pain to get. I was out in a swamp biome, a few thousand blocks, I think that way. And I managed to gather an entire stack of slime blocks, as you can see, which took quite a few hours, but yeah. Now we have it at least. I need to make a slime farm sometime. Today's not that day. Okay. So I'll chop down these trees first of all, and I'll be back with you. Okay, I got the area cleaned up for trees, and I also filled in the area over here so that you can place rails on top of it later. Speaking of the rails, we're gonna do that right now actually. We're gonna have a power rail on these hoppers, which is where the minecart's gonna stay when the items goes into the hopper. I'm gonna have alternate with I think 6 or 7 or so normal rails in between each powered rail, because I have very little gold. I pretty much have very little iron too, but iron is at least easier to get than gold, at least in my case right now. So yeah, I'm probably gonna run out of iron. If you look over here, yeah, this is not enough for this entire thing, and I think the same goes for gold. So I might have to do a mining session. I really should have made an iron farm first, but it's too late now. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill in all the rails, and I'll be back once that's done. And we're out of iron. I've filled in about half of the farm, I think. Yeah, this is almost half of it. And we're out of both iron and almost gold too, so I guess it's a mining session. Okay, we're back, and I got this farm mostly finished. It's actually almost finished. There's just some minor things missing. But let's have a look at it and see how it works. So, essentially it's quite a simple farm actually. There's just a ton of sugarcane right here. That's planted, and they grow since they have water next to them. And then you have this flying machine over here, which is a slime block machine. That flies back and forth when I activate it, and cuts off the tops of the sugarcane. And then you have mine carts underneath here that collects it all. If we can see it, maybe. I think I covered this up with leaf blocks. Anyway, you can see in here we have some mine carts. Oh, they're actually on right now. So they're going back and forth and collecting it, and they come to this drop-off station where the items get spit out into this water stream and into the chest right here. And yeah, we have a ton of sugarcane, to say the least. So let's test this thing. Also, this system is down here is designed by Mango, the minecart thing, and the sugarcane farm is kind of loosely modeled after Nembon's video, so I'll make sure to link both of those in the description. So yeah, let's activate it and fly up and see. So the flying machine is basically flying, first of all, this direction. And as you can see, it's bouncing all sugarcane forwards. And soon, hopefully, we'll see it being collected by the minecarts. And when the machine reaches the end, there's this small little return station here, which activates the observer, which makes it fly in the other direction. So it's quite simple, and it works great. And it flies back. Let's see if we can catch some of the items being collected here. I think we're too late. Are there anyone? No, there are no. Oh, there are some. Anyway, they should be collected sometime soon. And then the machine makes its way back here and gets parked in this station here. Oh, and you can hear the droppers going off with all the items coming out here. And we're overflowing. Lovely. I'll make a shulker box loader, where you basically have a machine that fills up shulker boxes for you, and then the full shulker boxes of items gets dumped into the chest here. So it's quite a handy contraption. So I think that's most of the farm actually. Nothing fancy, it's just on a large scale. And I think this should be plenty for what we need in terms of sugarcane. Anyway, that's it for this episode. We got a lot of stuff done actually. You can see the bridge behind me, which we built earlier. The beacon, which I should have in my hand. No, there we go. The beacon. And of course, sugarcane farm. So I'm pretty happy with the progress, although this video did take quite a long time to make, but it is what it is. And I think next episode we're going to focus on building a lot of farms, because as you can see, we clearly need that, like iron farm and gold farm and all that stuff. So I think that's going to be the main objective of the next episode, and maybe we can make some interiors up here as well. We might do that. Anyway, as the sun sets here, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode, and don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe and all that YouTuber stuff. So I will see you guys next time. Bye!